Okay, I'd like to introduce Robert alias Najemy, who is the founder and director of the Center for Harmonious Living in Athens and Greece. Welcome, thank you for having this interview. I was wondering whether you'd be able to tell me something about this center and the work that you've been doing here.
Okay, well, we started in 1976. Basically with yoga at that time, and then gradually moved on to teaching various forms of yogic psychology and philosophy. And then it developed into many other forms of consciousness widening, opening up of the consciousness, and anything that would remove the limiting belief systems that prevent us from experiencing pure consciousness and love and peace. Recently, we've been using a lot of energy psychology, such as EFT and TAT and BSFF and the Sedona method and Ho'oponopono and freeze frame and Psyche, in conjunction with meditation, in conjunction with a healthy diet, yoga exercises, breathing techniques. And so it's a spherical approach, and we try to address all the aspects of the being, that is physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Another aspect of what we do is social service. We have a feeding of the homeless program. We help out some poor families. We have had projects with blood donation and helping orphans in the past. So we believe that we need to let go of the over-concentration on the self, on the fears, a feeling of unity with other people, and a large part of what we're doing is helping people to love themselves, to let go of self-rejection, guilt. Another aspect is letting go of fear. Because we believe that if one lets go of fear and guilt and other limiting perceptions and limiting emotions, the love is there, peace is there. I mean, that they're our natural state. And meditation is always an important part of the work, as is visualization. And we have a program now for visualizing Greece as healed, as evolved, where everyone has what they need, where there is unity, cooperation between people, love, one person helping another person. We do these visualizations daily in order to help the total consciousness of Greece. We do a lot of publishing. We've published about 28 books in Greek to help people understand these concepts and to manifest them in their lives. We are doing workshops now on manifestation, how to manifest our ideal life, personally and socially. Well, that's basically what we're doing. Yeah. Would you like to ask something else?
Yes. So in terms of your own personal experience, in terms of awakening, what would you say was your main journey and your experience of awakening?
I would say that my life was, I was a chemical engineer. And after about 2 years of working as a chemical engineer for a large international company, I had a life crisis in which I felt that nothing was very interesting for me, that I couldn't see any reason for living. I had rejected the perception of God as something that we had created in order to heal our fears and to let go of our fears. And I had come to a point where nothing had any meaning. I left my job and started to search for meaning in life. And that brought me in contact with a wide number of sources of knowledge, such as psychology, philosophy, religion, the arts, astrology, Sufism, yoga, Taoism. And gradually I began to form the concept that there are 4 reasons to live. One reason is evolving, that when you are dealing with your own evolution, when you're seeking to better yourself, that's a reason to live. It gives you purpose. and it's one of the main purposes of life. Secondly was creativity. When you are creating, you are a part of the universe, you are manifesting at that time, creating anything that you might be creating. The third was serving. Serving gave me meaning. That is, my life has purpose. And the fourth was relationship with other people, healing relationships, creating loving relationships with other people. These four purposes gave me meaning, and then I started to devote my life to helping other people do the same. I think a major changing point was the day that I learned to meditate, and that was about 40 years ago. From that day, meditation has been a very important part of my life, a method of contacting that part of myself which is beyond thoughts, beyond feelings, beyond programming, that state of silence, or sometimes state of energy, or state of pure consciousness. But in that process, it became clear to me that I also needed to work with the subconscious and the conscious mind. That even though I've been meditating, there were a lot of unhealed issues in the subconscious, a lot of programs from the childhood years which had not been transformed. And that it's important for a person who's following a path of meditation, but also a path of philosophy or spiritual philosophy, also to deal with his ego. That there are dangers if one does not do that. You can become a split personality, have a lot of knowledge, have a lot of power, but your personality hasn't been purified.